Hey, this is Anthony the RevZilla. You can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our Sedici Sport Glove Review at RevZilla.com. In this video, I'm gonna break down the 3 really staple Sedici sport gloves under $100. Typically, these are gonna be short cuff, maybe a little bit longer. You're gonna use them 2 to 3 season warm to hot weather, and they're more street sport oriented. You're gonna see a mix of materials, and luckily, all 3 are going to have a hard knuckle. Now, to my right, I have the Castro at around the $50 mark. I have the Diavolo in the middle at $70, and I have my favorite glove on the table, which is the Ultimo, and I'm gonna hit that last around the $80 mark. Now, all 3 of these gloves, there's a bang for the buck factor. You're making trade-offs, but you're saving some cash on them. And I'm gonna help you understand what they're gonna do, but also what they're not going to do as I work through. Now, to my right, I have your Sedici Castro, which is gonna be around $50 glove in a multitude of colors, 2-season hot weather. You're not getting any extended seasonality here, because if you look at it, you're gonna have a lot of lightweight materials and mesh. It's going to flow air. Now, from a usage standpoint, I'll tell you, it's lightweight. It kind of goes heads up with something like an Icon Pursuit or 29er, or maybe your Alpine Stars SMX1. For $50, it's not the glove that you're gonna cry into your cookies if it falls out of your pocket and you potentially lose it and have to replace it, or you get maybe a season or 2 out of it. You know, again, it's $50, it's real money, but it's not built so bomb-proof, and you're not investing at a level that's gonna be the amazing, most hands-on, best 2-season hot weather glove you can find. If you spend $75, $80, maybe $100 on a 2-season hot weather mesh-oriented glove, you can get something much beefier. But if we look at it, it does the basics. You have a TPR around the cuff. You're going to have a hard carbon fiber style knuckle. And if we look at the palm, you do have some goat reinforcing your control patch areas and some mesh. But basically, you have that lightweight synthetic suede, which is Clarino, and this stuff's probably about good for a bounce and a quick slide. It's not the beefiest material on the block. So again, if you're looking $50, consider investing a bit more, getting more leather. This is going to be now the Diavolo that I have in my middle. For about another $20, looking around $70, you have the Sedici Diavolo. Now, style, a bit dated. It's been around for a little bit. But if we look at it, for $70, full grain cowhide, full grain goat, you have a vented, harder TPR style knuckle, which gets away from the entry-level carbon fiber bits and really becomes a little bit more functional. And I like the fact that there's some perforation in the leather. It's a floating knuckle, and you also have some of these bigger panels done in foam, creating another layer of comfort and protection against the ground that wants to shred you. Now, if we look at it, we have also mid-digital hard parts, TPUs, which pop up here, and you're gonna feel them a little bit when you put your hand in, but I really do like the fact that now we're full grain leather on the palm, reinforcement of the control patch. If I looked at this, the other gripe I'd have with it, for around $70, there are a lot of gloves on the market now that at least have a TouchTech index finger, so you can work a GPS, but more importantly, a multi-touch device like an iPhone or an Android. But again, very, very basic. Basic styling. I wish I'd give it a style update, but the bones of the glove are good. I'd say this competes probably in the same category like an SMX2, something else in that $70 to $85 range, which is going to be 2 to 3 season, warm to hot weather, is not taking you to the racetrack, isn't covering you from Mother Nature, is just basic, but it's leather enough that it's gonna cover you if you have a medium size off and you need that protection to come in handy. And remember, everything I have on the table here, it's gonna ship for free. You can always contact us if you have questions. I will tell you from a fit scheme, use a size chart, they're fine. This guy fits about a half size small, so if you're in between, go the size up. That's going to be the Castro. And I love you. Click our logo, subscribe to us at RevZilla on our YouTube channel. Leave us your comments, requests, your feedback on any of the gear you're seeing today. Now, last up on the table is the glove. The first one I really kind of get behind here. And this is the Ultimo from Sedici. This is a much better glove, and you're only going up another $10. This is going to give you a full gauntlet, which really, that's a 1.5 style gauntlet. It's not all the way up, but notice double cuff closure, you have your wrist protector, you have great reinforcement here, you're going to have a nice goat palm, still no TouchTech, under $100, getting closer to the $100, I'd like to see it there, but the styling's a little bit more forward thinking, and you have this big floating carbon fiber knuckle that's also vented into the glove, and you have a lot of perforation. So for $80 now, you're moving through greater degree of seasonality, a greater degree of coverage, a greater degree of protection and technicality. And if we look at the outseam here, even this middle glove still It gives you more outseam protection, but it's 2 panels. Anytime you're adding extra seams or exposing seams, it's an area of weakness. On the lateral side here, you now have a piece of leather that goes all the way up. So I think that they've done a really decent job. I will tell you, everyday sport riding, sport commuting, sport touring, if you want an aggressive glove, this is a rock solid choice, even at the $80 mark. It's kind of, there's a lot of glove for dollar there. The last thing I'm going to call out is that while we've had an internal debate, can you get it to the track? It's going to kind of compete with something like the Cortec Latigo. I think you can for a track day or 2 if you want to cheaply test the waters and you either want entry-level gear or you already own it and you want to stretch it there. If you start doing a lot of track days, take my advice, please. Especially if you're starting in that beginner to intermediate group, you have even more of a chance of going down. Spend $150 on a track gauntlet. Take that next leap up. You can get a beefier glove to give you more coverage if you're using it in that track day scenario. So all in, you've heard a bit of consistency across sizing, 2 to 3 season hot weather. They're all sport oriented. You've heard me kind of pick out the areas that I think you can invest differently, potentially find different functionality that's lacking or ways they could be improved. But ultimately, you know where these gloves start and stop. The next step in your journey is to click the info button, your desktop, your mobile device. Visit the product detail page on the Castro, the Diavolo, or the Ultimo at RevZilla.com and read other rider reviews. People are riding in these every day. Don't just take my word for it. See what other riders are saying about them. You want to talk to a gear geek, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown video. Remember, subscribe to us at RevZilla on our YouTube channel. It's update with our opinion, the latest and greatest in the moto universe. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.